Once upon a time, in a small village nestled among the beautiful green mountains, there lived a young monk named Keshava. Keshava was a kind of compassionate person who had devoted his life to following the teachings of Buddha. However, there was one thing that troubled him greatly. He couldn't sleep well. Every night when Keshava went to bed, his mind would be filled with thoughts and worries. He would toss and turn, unable to find a comfortable position. The more he tried to relax, the more his mind raced with different thoughts. He felt frustrated and exhausted, longing for a peaceful night's sleep. Keshava sought help from his fellow monks in the monastery. He approached them with his problem, hoping that someone would have a solution. But despite their wisdom and knowledge, none of them could offer a remedy for his sleep troubles. Determined to find the answer, Keshava made a decision. He would embark a journey to seek the guidance of a renowned Buddhist master, Bhikkhu Ratnasara. Keshava set out on his journey, walking through rugged terrain and dense forests. The path was challenging, but his determination pushed him forward. He walked for many days until he finally arrived at the humble dwelling of Bhikkhu Ratnasara. The master greeted him with warmth and kindness, inviting him inside. With utmost reverence, Keshava shared his predicament with Bhikkhu Ratnasara. He explained how he struggled to find peaceful sleep and how it affected his daily life. Bhikkhu Ratnasara listened attentively, his eyes filled with compassion and understanding. Bhikkhu Ratnasara said, "My dear Keshava, the path to deep and restful sleep lies within you. It is not the external circumstances that trouble your mind, but rather the thoughts and attachments that reside within." Keshava's curiosity was spiked. He leaned in, eager to learn the secret to peaceful slumber that Bhikkhu Ratnasara was about to reveal. Bhikkhu Ratnasara smiled serenely and said, "Let me tell you a story, Keshava. Once upon a time in a busy city, there lived a wealthy merchant named Siddhartha. Despite having immense riches, Siddhartha could never find solace in sleep. His nights were filled with anxiety and restlessness. One day, Siddhartha heard about a sage, a wise person who possessed the knowledge to bestow deep and uninterrupted sleep upon those who sought it. Eager to find a remedy for his affliction, Siddhartha embarked on a journey to meet the sage. Keshava listened intently, imagining himself in Siddhartha's shoes. He wondered what the sage had told him to find the peace he so desperately desired. Bhikkhu Ratnasara continued, "After weeks of traveling, Siddhartha finally reached the humble abode of the sage. The sage welcomed him warmly and invited him to sit down. Siddhartha poured out his troubles, hoping that the sage would have a solution. The sage smiled gently and spoke to Siddhartha, saying, "Siddhartha, the key to peaceful slumber lies in letting go. It is not the external world that troubles your mind, but rather the worries, desires, and attachments that reside within you. Only when you realize them, you can find the tranquility you seek." Siddhartha was puzzled by the sage's word. He wanted to understand how he could let go of these things that troubled his mind. "But how do I let go?" Siddhartha asked the sage, his voice filled with curiosity and a glimmer of hope. The sage, with his wise eyes sparkling, responded to Siddhartha's question. "Close your eyes and imagine each worry, desire, or attachment as a leaf floating gently down a serene river. Observe each leaf as it gracefully drifts away, allowing your mind to become calm and clear." Siddhartha observed the sage's word, contemplating their meaning. It seemed like a simple practice, yet he knew that true letting go required deep understanding and commitment. Determined to find inner peace, he decided to follow the sage's instruction diligently. Finding a quiet spot beneath, the shade of a towering tree. Siddhartha sat down, closed his eyes, and took a deep breath. He visualized his worries as vibrant leaves, desires as delicate petals, and attachments as tiny branches. One by one, he released them into the imaginary river of his mind, watching them drift away with each exhale. As Siddhartha continued his meditation, he felt a profound sense of liberation. With each leaf that vanished, a weight was lifted from his heart. He realized that his worries and desires were impermanent, just like the leaves floating downstream. The more he let go, the lighter he felt. After what felt like an eternity of releasing his worries and attachments, Siddhartha opened his eyes. To his surprise, he found himself enveloped in the sage's warm embrace. "You have understood the essence of letting go," the sage whispered softly. "Now, go forth and embrace the tranquility that sleep offers." Siddhartha felt a surge of gratitude and joy fill his being. He thanked the sage for his profound wisdom and bade him farewell. With newfound clarity and a heart brimming with tranquility, Siddhartha embarked on his journey back to the bustling city. Returning to his lavish home, Siddhartha carried the sage's teachings within him. Each night before retiring to bed, he would sit in silence, closing his eyes and visualizing the leaves, petals, and branches floating away in the river of his mind. Gradually, his sleep transformed into a heaven of peace and serenity. News of Siddhartha's transformation spread throughout the city, reaching the ears of those who too sought solace in their troubled nights. People flocked to him, eager to learn his secret. With compassion and wisdom, Siddhartha shared the practice of letting go, guiding them toward a path of deep and restful sleep. The once sleepless nights became a distant memory of Siddhartha. As he embraced the tranquility that sleep offered, his dreams became vivid and filled with insights. Siddhartha realized that true wealth lay not in material possessions, but in the peace and contentment found within oneself. And so, Siddhartha's journey, inspired by the sage's wisdom, continued as he dedicated his life to spreading the teachings of letting go and finding inner peace. Through his words and actions, he illuminated the path for others to embark upon their own transformative journeys toward a tranquil and fulfilling existence. Keshava, the young monk, carried the story of Siddhartha and the sage within his heart. He practiced the art of letting go, embracing the teachings he had learned. Night after night, he surrendered his worries, desires, and attachments to the imaginary river, drifting away into a deep and restful sleep. From that day forward, Keshava's nights were no longer filled with tossing and turning. In the fast-paced and demanding society, we often find ourselves caught up in the whirlwind of stress and anxiety. We carry the weight of our concerns, constantly seeking external solutions for inner peace. Yet the story of Keshava and Siddhartha reminds us that the key to finding serenity lies within ourselves. Whether it be the worries of academic pressure, the desires of material possessions, or the attachments to expectations and judgments, the practice of letting go remains a powerful tool. It enables us to navigate the challenges of the present, freeing our minds and allowing us to embrace the peace that lies within.